kind of pour this stuff into this bowl, okay? And I'll hold the skillet so nothing goes anywhere. And I'll take this cricket leg out of the skillet. This is the cricket leg. Exciting, although at this pace we'll be done at 5 o'clock. So if you want, Rexy, what you can do is hold the bowl kind of over the skillet and push it out a little faster with the spoon, or I'll hold it for you. You kind of go scoop, scoop, scoop. Yep, and you can take the spoon and turn it the other direction and push it all out really fast. And we'll just watch your elbow right here because I'm going to turn that handle like that. There we go. Nice. Oh yeah, he's good with the spoon, this guy, right? Yeah. They love you, Rexy. All right, you could be on one of those cooking shows that I never watch, I'll bet. Are you prone to drama? Yeah, then you can't be on the cooking show. Because there's always something in those shows, right? All right, our bug cooking is going to be just great, though. This is a really good red beans recipe. I can't say that it's my own. And in fact, when you do red beans properly, you soak your beans for 24 hours in water, and then you make your red beans the next day. And you quite think we had that kind of time this weekend. So we're doing it a little fast. And I have a spoon for you to stir with. Would you do some stirring for us? Excellent. All right. He's very delicate, this guy. This is my kind of chef. Not moving too fast. And we'll get everything done just like we need to. All right. And then my water's getting nice and warm, and I'll be able to put my wax worms in there. So I'm going to be right back, okay, Rexy? You got this? You got it under control? All right, he's in charge. Pretty good. All right, now come over here. I'll grab myself some wax worms. I'm going to turn my heat up on my water a little bit because it's not quite as hot as I want it to be. And I'm going to set my wax worms in here. You guys can do an off for me, too. Thank you, thank you. Wow. The chef forgot his spoon. My little spoon here. There we go. So all I'm doing with these wax worms is poaching them. So I did promise that I would try to remember all these things at the beginning, like nutritional facts, which I skipped a minute ago, and different ways to cook bugs. So insects are very versatile. You can fry them, you can boil them, you can poach them, you can grill them, although I would recommend using a skewer, they'll fall through the slats in the grill. And the only thing you need to be careful of is that if you put really high heat on an insect really quickly, it will probably burst or pop, which is fine if you're making a gravy or a paste. I like to keep my bugs whole for most of my dishes. And typically, I'll take a recipe that already calls for small chopped bits of fruit or nut or meat or vegetable and either substitute an insect or add an insect to it. And if you keep that in mind, you can incorporate bugs into lots of different dishes that you do. Getting back to the nutrition, because I said I was going to talk about that. If you look at 100 grams of lean beef, you have quite a lot more protein than you need, about 23 or 24 grams of protein, quite a lot more fat than you need, about the same amount, about 24 grams, and almost no carbohydrates. If you look at 100 grams of fish, you end up with, again, about 20 or 21 grams of protein and almost no fat or carbs. Whereas crickets, which we cooked a little bit earlier, per 100 grams, have 12 or 13 grams of protein and 5 grams each of carbohydrate and fat. And nutritionally, that's a really good balance for people. And as I said earlier, not every insect is going to be the same. There's no reason to think that a termite, which eats wood, is going to be the same as a dragonfly, which is a predator, or a grasshopper that eats leaves and grasses. However, insects in general are pretty darn healthy. I have a friend who did a 1-hour documentary where he ate nothing but insects for his protein and had to be 75% or more of his protein for a month. And he did a full medical workup before and a full medical workup afterwards, and he actually had lowered blood sugar by the time it was all over with. And was otherwise pretty much the same, which is kind of cool. All right, this stuff is steaming. Can you see that? When things are steaming, that means they're hot. That's an old chef trick. You may not know that. So I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to take this from you, and don't get too close to the skillet because it's hot. All right, Rexy, I'm going to do that. And now we have our red beans, and now we need to make sure that our wax worms finish poaching. And they're sort of still in process. So I'm going to take this hot skillet and put it down way behind us so we don't step on it. And then I'm going to wipe this off so that you have a clean spoon to stir wax worms with. Here you go, young man. So stir that up for us. And when that water starts bubbling, if I'm still talking to everybody, you can tap me on the shoulder and say, Chef Zach, and I won't turn around so I'm not really a chef, and just say Zach, and then I'll turn around. And then you can say, your wax worms are boiling, okay? Or your water is bubbling. That's what I need to know. All right, super. And this is hot, so be careful. I'm going to move this a little bit away from you, and if you stand there, you'll be in good shape. This is a good chef. Can we give him a hand even though he's not even done? Good, Rexy. Man, oh man. You say you don't do any cooking at your house yet, Rexy? Well, I don't know which adult here is responsible for you, but they need to start having you help them in the kitchen because you do a great job. Very careful. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't burned himself for me yet. He hasn't spilled anything. That's better than I do in the kitchen anyway. So, I like to tell people that even though I actually haven't been into any sort of culinary school before, I'm not totally inept in the kitchen. So, most of the stuff that I cook turns out pretty well, as I hope you will sample at the end. Oh, wait a minute, Rexy, I just realized something. When Evie came up here, she wasn't excited about eating bugs. Are you going to sample some of the bugs you're helping me cook? Do you want to eat some of them? You went from yes to no really fast. You guys are all going to get to try some. I was just curious if my actual helper was going to try some also. So you see the steam coming up? What does that mean? It's getting hot or cold. Correct. So now that it's getting hot, as soon as we see a few bubbles under there, it'll probably be ready. And I'll separate the wax rinds from the water. We'll add them to this bowl. We'll do a little stirring, and we'll be able to serve people some of that yummy stuff, right? Yeah, look at that. I'm getting like the thumbs up and everything. And I'm going to see how my oil is doing. So I have one more dish that I want to cook with oil in it. And it seems like it's getting pretty hot. All right. That's good. Yeah, it's awesome. That's right. So we're very close here. So I've talked about nutrition. And I've talked a little bit about where these bugs come from and how you can cook them. So we are just about, yeah, I see bubbles. I see some bubbles. Okay, so we're ready to go ahead and turn this off. See how the light went off? That's how we know it's off. And I'm going to take a slotted spoon, just like a magic trick. Watch. I can get the wax worms and no water. How about that? It's a magic trick, right? So, it's awesome. So if you do ever do any cooking, Rexy, and you want to separate your bugs from something you've cooked them in, you can usually use a slotted spoon, especially if you cook them in water, because they'll all just come out like that. And I'm not going to get every wax worm out of here because it'll take a long time, and I want to make sure that you help me do the last part of this dish. So what we're going to do, Rexy, if you'll take that bowl, actually, hold on, it's hot over here. If you'll take this bowl and put it under the camera over here, put it right under the camera where that little white square of paper is. You can go on the other side of the table and you'll be able to put it right, yeah, slide it right over there, buddy. There he goes. Keep going. Is that good, guys?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So now we'll take this spoon and we'll take these bugs. Come with me, young man.
That's perfect.
Come over here. All right. Can you reach this? You start stirring and I'll start pouring, okay? Hold that. There we go. How's that look, guys?
Yum.
Right? So let's go ahead and stir that around so they all get mixed in. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. All right. I know it's going out, but you know it can't really move around anymore because we've already cooked it. There we go. And I'll do the last little bit of stirring here.